Good afternoon, good evening, and good night, people of the internet, as I attempt to adjust my head placement here for the purposes of this video. So, it is officially December 31st, 11:11 Make-A-Wish AM here on the east side of Cleveland, Ohio, in America. And I wanted to do a sort of a recap of my year. What I did, what I didn't do, what happened. So, 2024 was, if nothing else, a very interesting year for me and for my brother. So, this was the year back in February where we lost our mother to cancer. And what that means now officially for us is we no longer have any parents. Both of our parents are deceased, and we no longer have any grandparents either. So as far as the immediate family tree goes, it's just me and my brother. I mean, we do have aunts and uncles and cousins, but that's more going sideways. Not that they don't count, but, like just going straight up and down, like the immediate family. So, yeah, this was definitely an interesting year. The holidays right now are interesting to not have your parents around to enjoy it with. So that happened back in February. And then, what was it? April? What was that? April or May? I went on a vacation with some family on my dad's side of the family. We went to, what was that? The Bahamas? Was that the Bahamas that we went to? It was the Atlantis Resort down there. Nassau. That's right, Nassau. So, I got to swim with the dolphins. The water was definitely blue. Like, when I say blue, like, I mean it was like straight out of a movie, how clear and how blue it looked, even from the airplane. So just to be out there to have a whole new experience on that, conch shell. It's not that bad. It's I mean, if you like seafood, go for it. But you gotta like seafood. And then what else? So this room that you see me in, this house that I'm in, this is the house that I grew up in as a kid. So I moved back into this house. A few years back, I bought a house and moved out because it was time for me to move out. I was having a lot of discussions, more one-sided conversations with my mom about moving out, so I finally, nutted up and moved out. And then once my mom passed, I said, no, there's no way I'm going to let this house go that easily. So I moved back in. So I've been, I cleaned it up. It's clean now, in the simplest of terms. And you all will find out, just exactly what I mean by that when you have somebody that passes away and they have a lot of stuff to deal with. So, yeah. I got a couple rooms, renovated. I'm going to do a couple more after the holiday season is over with here. birthday was in June, so I'm 34 now. And then what else? The same people. So I started out the year with a 2019 Subaru Forester, right? And I finally said I wanted to treat myself, right? I wanted to have essentially the vehicle that I always kind of wanted to have, so to speak. I wanted, because it always felt like for the longest time, whenever, my dad would always say, the warranty's up on your vehicle, so now you have to get a new vehicle, which I never agreed with him on that. I always thought that was bullshit. It's like, no, you can keep a vehicle for longer than what the warranty is. You can run it out until it's like dead rusted. But that wasn't always the case, and anytime I got a new vehicle in the past, it never really truly felt like I picked out the vehicle that I wanted. So I was hoping to get a truck from my dad when my dad passed away, but my brother took it. No offense, it's okay. So, still having the Forester, I went out and I bought myself, on top of that, I bought myself a 2024 GMC Canyon. Or, no, sorry. I always get this messed up. It's either the Canyon or the Colorado. I always get those two mixed up. But it's a GMC truck, and unfortunately I got it in white. I was hoping for a different color. All the vehicles I've ever owned always ended up being white for some reason. Except for my first one was a dark green 2001 Honda Civic, and then I had a yellow Chevy Cobalt. But after that, every other car I've had was white. So then I got the truck, paid for that outright, and then I said, well, I don't want this Subaru Forester anymore, because now if I've got a big truck, I also don't need a big, Subaru Forester. So then I traded the Forester in, and I traded down for the Subaru Crosstrek. And same thing with that. I was hoping to get that in a different color, and I got it in white. So, yeah, that was my little treat myself moment there. And of course, as soon as I got the truck and I told everybody online, everybody's hitting me up, hey, I got a couch I need to move, can you help me? So, I've been helping people do that, and just, 2 days ago, I helped out a friend. He hit me up. He's like, hey, I'm removing some carpet in my bedroom. Can you come over, bring your truck, and bring like a shop vac or something? And it's like, all right. And then I went, the same people that I went to Nassau with, we went to Nashville, Tennessee. So I finally got to go to Nashville, Tennessee, and that was probably more fun than going to Nassau. Nassau is kind of like if you just want to sit on the beach and just be outside, you're fine, you're good to go. But then Nashville, Tennessee is like, hey, if you want to get wasted, you can go to Nashville and get wasted and listen to good music. So the main street, if you will, it's called Broadway, right? Basically every country music star you can think of on that street has a bar. So if I remember correctly, I know Blake Shelton had one, Alan Jackson had one, Hank Williams, Miranda Lambert, Johnny Cash, Morgan Wallen, Garth Brooks, Friends in Low Places, not Jason Aldean. Jason Aldean had one. His was probably the biggest. Jason Aldean. His was like 4 stories of awesomeness with what looked like a built-in like radio station, a legit radio station from what I remember. Who else? Alan Jackson's the one. If you go up to the third floor there, they have a karaoke. You can do karaoke up there, so I did that. Who else? Blake Shelton, I said. So yeah, basically that whole street it's all lit up with the neon at night. And God, every bar had music in it. Now, unfortunately, I didn't see any like legit country music stars. They were all pretty much like local bands, I would assume. But then the one night we also went to the Grand Ole Opry, the infamous one, not the original one. There are two of them. If you didn't know that, there are two Grand Ole Opries. So the original is called the Ryman Theater, and it's right there on Broadway Street. And they do shows there, so you can go there if you want to go there. But the more legit one that you see on TV or hear about on the radio, we went there. So we saw, who was that? Craig Morgan, who does Redneck Yacht Club, I believe, the song. And then they finished with Trace Adkins, and that was kind of cool. Like, I actually got chills when I walked in there, and that's a weird thing for me to say, because I'm not like a big country music guy. I'm not too big on it, because there's a couple songs where it's like, this doesn't even sound country. It sounds like something else entirely, I guess, but whatever. So, did that, and that was what, September that we went there to Nashville. So then October comes, you go through Halloween, and then November comes, so you do Thanksgiving. I went out to my aunt and uncle's lake house. They were nice enough to have me out there. And then we're in December right now, so I was able to again go out to my aunt and uncle's and, you know, be around some other family friends for Christmas. I know tomorrow I'm going to see another aunt and uncle that I haven't seen in a minute. They invited me and my brother out. So yeah, it's tough this holiday season to be in a room full of people. They know who you are, and then everybody's like looking at you like, hey, how you doing? Are you okay? And you kind of just have to like bite your tongue and keep it together, sort of, and not like break down in an entire room of people just because you're thinking of your parents. And then what else happened this year? I met some new friends. I mean, yeah, they're new friends. So I work second shift, and after work you go to a bar for last call because, you know, you don't really have much else to do beyond that. And then some of these bars that you go to, they have karaoke. I like doing it. I don't get like really into it per se. I've never like done any like competitions or nothing. I just do it just for the sake of doing it, just because it is fun. Like, I'm not going there to try and sing like 10 million songs. Like, you know, whatever the rotation is, if I can get in, I get in, and that's it. I'm not trying to like be dressed up. I'm not trying to, it's just whatever I feel, I go up there and sing. So nonetheless, the one place that I go to on Saturday nights, to keep it moving a little bit here, there are some people who have kind of always been going to karaoke, and I knew a few people in the group, so I, like, you know, you walk over and you just say, you know, hey, what's going on, yada yada yada, and then we all kind of collectively as a group realized that we all like knew each other, liked each other, whatever, and then I created a group chat for all of us, and it's called, what do we call it? Karaoke Singers Unlimited is what I think I called it. I was trying to think of something a little more flashy, I guess. I don't know, but so yeah, we like, now it's like every every like weekend or every week night, basically, there's somebody in the group chat saying, hey, is there karaoke tonight? Can we go hang out? Like, or I'm working at a bar, come visit me. So yeah, those guys are, it was cool to like meet those guys and know them now. Like Dave and Miranda, Allison and Justin, Dan and Haley, Doug and Katie, Stephanie, Ryan, and Sam, and then myself and TC. So yeah, those guys are, we all just like to sing, and that's it. So what else did I do this year? See, this is like what I do on New Year's Eve. I always like to reflect and think, like, what did I do this year, if anything? You always kind of expect something like a little bit bigger, because you've got some people that sit there and say, I got married, I had a kid, or the vehicle thing is kind of cool, buying a new vehicle for yourself. Losing your parents is kind of big. Traveling, and that's something I want to keep doing more of. But then at the same time, it's like, I don't want to do it by myself. I want to do it with people, and I'd like to do it with my friends. My friends don't exactly always have the time and the money, and that's okay. What else did I do this year? I didn't really... What else did I do? Like, I didn't do a whole lot. Or at least it doesn't always feel like it, I don't know, maybe I'm just underselling it, and I shouldn't be doing that. So then it's like, okay, so it's New Year's Eve. What do I want to do in the coming year, 2025? Well, I need to be more outgoing. And you're probably thinking to yourself, well, he does karaoke. That's pretty outgoing in the first place. And it's like, no, not really. Like, yeah, you can get up there on stage in front of an entire bar of people and sing a song, and then they applaud for you when you're done, and maybe somebody's going to sit there and give you like a fist bump or a high five and congratulate you. But like, to then take that and to make like a conversation out of it, to like make new friends, to like, I would really love to be in a relationship with somebody. That wouldn't hurt. And I'm very, very bad at that. Like, I'm on dating apps just because I always felt like it was easier with a keyboard in front of me. I just cannot talk to females unless I've known you for like a really, really, really long time. So yeah, I need to be more outgoing in general in this coming year. However I have to go about doing that, whatever it takes. That travel more wouldn't hurt. And again, I'd really kind of like to do that with my friends, or maybe with my brother, because I haven't done a whole lot with him recently. We've drifted apart, and there's history and there's reasons behind that. So hopefully maybe in these coming years, me and my brother can learn to get back together better. To do more fun stuff. I think I need to be outside more, because you go into the doctor's office recently and you tell them you're tired a lot, and they go, well, let's run some extra blood work, and they go, yeah, your vitamin D and your B12 is low. So it's like, okay, great, yeah. And they're like, well, you live in a place that doesn't get a whole lot of sunlight in the first place, and then me working second shift inside a factory all day doesn't really help. So yeah, I need to get outside more. I need more sunlight. But yeah, 2025, I will, I'm going to try and wrangle it. I'm going to try and wrangle it down to the ground and make it my bitch, and to try and make it, doesn't necessarily have to be my year. It just needs to be a year. It just needs to be a good year with good things inside of it. as it should be for you, as it should be for anybody who's watching this video. So, on the severe off chance that you're watching this, please feel free in the comments section to tell me what exactly you did experience in the year 2024. Was it good? Was it bad? Did you lose somebody like I did? Did you gain a person? Did you have a kid? Did you get married? Did you move? Did you start a whole new job? You know, list off something that you did that makes this year pretty relatively memorable, or tell me something that you want to do in the upcoming year that you want to focus on to better yourself with. I know I have a decent circle of friends, and I definitely love to keep them around. You know who you are. And hopefully I can continue to be a kick-ass person. I mean, that was something sometimes I do look in the mirror, and there are some times where I legitimately think that I look like a pretty kick-ass person to hang out with and get to know. So, yeah, 2024 was a very crappy year, a very shitty year, and also a very good year for me. And hopefully I don't lose anybody in 2025. So, I'll be seeing you all in the coming years. I got a house party to go to tonight, so I got to make my side dish to bring. I got to get cleaned up and get ready to go for that. So, yeah, I'll be seeing you guys when the ball drops. Have a good one.